I want you to imagine the following. You are in a public setting. You see a couple and you can clearly tell that something is off. One of them is making a scene, publicly calling out and disrespecting the other, and you can see the other person being humiliated, looking around, realizing that other people are watching them while he is being humiliated by the person he loves. I wanted to make this video because I see this phenomenon way too often. That was an occasion recently when I was talking with a friend in the parking lot. We saw a car that tried to fit into a place that seemed impossible to get into, but the guy made it and we were quite impressed. But when they got out of the car, his woman immediately started to talk shit on him, as loud as she could. She was making a huge scene over a thing that was absolutely not a big deal. So the guy got back into the car to make way for the woman, so that she can get through. But the woman did not walk across the route which was made for her. She rather went to the back of the car to get around two other cars to get through. And after this, she was approaching me and my friend and kept going.
Is he really this stupid? What did he expect? How can he be this stupid?
And then she went inside. The man did not say anything. He just went in silently. And the thing is, I cannot blame the woman in this situation, but I would rather blame the man. Because this is nothing but the consequence of his actions and the choices that he made during his life. Because only those people can be humiliated who are letting other people humiliate them. Because chances are, a person like this never stands up for himself. He doesn't command respect, nor does he have the qualities to be respected. Therefore, no wonder he gets humiliated by his woman. And chances are, he doesn't respect himself either. Because if he did, he wouldn't have ended up in this situation, living with such a disrespectful, horrible person. And this leads me to the point of this video. If you don't want to end up in a relationship that makes you wake up with regret every single day for the rest of your life, constantly thinking about whether you should end the relationship or not, here are some things that you need to consider. It's not them, it's you. And this was the point when many people clicked off this video, because this is something that nobody wants to hear. You have to understand that after a certain age, you should take responsibility for everything that you do, and yes, even for the bad things. Therefore, you need to understand that whoever you invite into your life is your decision, and you cannot blame anybody else for your own decision. If you want to get a partner who is supportive and respects you, you must build a character first that is worth being respected. Now here's the question: do you respect yourself? Are you feeling good in your skin? Are you proud of being you? What are your values? What qualities do you have that other people respect? These are the things that you should work on, because chances are you have standards as well. You already know what kind of person you want to attract. But if these kinds of people are not attracted to you, then it's an indicator that you need to improve. Let it be your looks, your mental health, your character, your confidence. You can attract the person who did the same thing. Therefore, if you want a girlfriend who puts effort into her looks, her mental health and values, you have to step up your game as well. Chapter 2. Don't be that guy. You might have come across a friend or a person who keeps on complaining like, girls nowadays only go after looks and money and status. Now, I want you to take a deep look at the person who complains like this. Can you respect this person? Is he in shape? Is he confident? Is he successful in any parts of his life? Does he have a positive and magnetic vibe? I think you can come to your own conclusion here, because this is nothing but coping. If you want to attract the person who has the qualities that you desire, then you can't act like a 10-year-old boy anymore. Because as I said, after a certain age you can no longer blame others for not being successful. You can only blame yourself for not facing your weaknesses and for not going all in to improve yourself. I'm not saying that there are no shallow people in the dating scene, which will make it harder for you to find an exceptional person. But as I said, if you want an exceptional partner, you need to become exceptional as well. Just think about how you chose your friends. And I really hope you have friends. There was something that you had mutual interest in. You should do the same with girls. Find a girl who has the same positive values as you do. And bear in mind, a quality partner will not be the person who is going out taking drugs or having one-night stands. Which is leading us to our next point. You are not her father, and you cannot save her. Many people think that they can make the other person stop their bad habits so that they can grow together. But I'm here to tell you that it's not your job to save anyone, especially if they don't want to be saved. Because just like how you can take responsibility for your life, so can they, if they want to. If they don't want to, then that's fine too. Because that's the right time for you to find somebody who has already grown up. Do not ever get into a relationship in which there is this weird father-daughter dynamic, because this is not the dynamic that you want. And you will end up with a girl whom you constantly try to fix. And eventually, guess what will happen? They will leave their father, which is you, and go find a boyfriend for themselves. Because if you act like a father in a relationship, you will do nothing else but raise an ungrateful kid who is going to leave you eventually. So don't waste your time. Build up your character and learn to get involved with only those people who got their shit together too. Learn from your mistakes. This one's for you if you have already been through a relationship. But if not, you can still take this as an advice. Many people swear after a bad relationship that they will never get into a bad relationship ever again. After this, they jump into another relationship immediately, in which they realize that their current partner has the same issues as the last one. And I believe this is the reason why many people say stupid things like, every girl is a bitch, all men are pigs, and they only want one thing, and it's fucking disgusting. Now let me tell you something. If you jump from one relationship to another without letting yourself think about what went wrong in the previous relationship, then you will end up finding yourself with the same troubles, just in another relationship. Because these are always lessons to be learned from your previous relationship. After each breakup, you need to learn what was your responsibility, what was her responsibility, so that you can make a conclusion and prevent things from happening again. Because these things can be avoided. And now you know how to avoid a bad relationship.